Today I'm talking about home care agency standards, training, and professional boundaries in the context of litigation. If you own a non-medical home care agency and you offer services for elderly persons or persons with disability or really any kind of client on a private pay or a Medicaid basis, it's important to make sure that you have employees dedicated to communicating and teaching on care standards, training care staff, and most importantly, constant reminders to your care staff about professional boundaries. How do I know this? I know this because I owned and operated a non-medical home care agency for years. I had staff who were dedicated. They did nothing but training. They did nothing but supervising my care staff. Today, I serve as a home care agency expert witness in numerous types of litigation. So if you're an attorney or a law firm seeking a home care expert witness, or an agency seeking a home care expert witness, I'm Pamela D Wilson. My website is PamelaDWilson.com. Link to my website is below this video. And in case any of these areas have crossover in your litigation, I'm also an expert witness in care management, guardianship, conservatorship, power of attorney, both medical and financial, trustee, and the personal representative of the estate. I want to talk about the importance of professional boundaries because this is probably the easiest place for care staff who have really good intentions and want to help people to go off track. If you as an agency owner are not training on skills and standards or professional boundaries, I can almost guarantee your care staff will cross professional boundaries with your clients and their family members. I know this because I had to constantly train on this with my care staff. So what does that look like? Crossing professional boundaries looks like a staff member sharing too much personal information with a client. Talking about the fact that they can't pay their bills, or their mother-in-law is crazy, or their husband is beating them, or just talking badly about your company. Crossing professional boundaries happen when care staff spend time with clients and their families outside of working hours, when they accept gifts, when they do something that appears innocent but it backfires, when they leave early and they convince the client to sign their timesheet saying she was here the whole time. Now, with the automated systems and telephone check-ins and check-outs, that's a little harder these days, but it can still happen. Another example of a professional boundary: somehow, some way, the name of your care staff person shows up on the deed of a client's house, or on their bank account, or your care provider had a sexual relationship with a client or secretly married them for personal gain. Believe it or not, these things happen more often than you would ever imagine. And so the result of all of this is a breach of professional boundaries. It's harm, dishonesty, abuse, neglect, breach of care standards, breach of care duty for a client. What happens? The client or their family sues your company because your company introduced that caregiver to their family, even though this thing that may have happened outside of working hours. It could have happened on the weekend when your caregiver never, ever, ever should have been there. On the other hand, care staff can neglect their duty of care during their working hours and during their shift. Most of these relate to training gaps. Maybe your care staff weren't trained appropriately to monitor a client who uses a walker, and the client using the walker falls or is somehow injured when that caregiver takes this person to the grocery store. Maybe staff were not appropriately trained to help a client in and out of a bathtub or a shower, and the client fell. Maybe a caregiver took a client diagnosed with memory loss out of the home, and the client wandered off and got lost. Maybe your care staff is interested in the prescription medications of a client, and all of a sudden they start disappearing and the family notices. I know that these are the things that keep care agency owners up all night because they're the things that kept me up all night, which is why I did so much training. If you find yourself in litigation resulting from any of these situations, a home care agency expert witness can support the attorney or the law firm working on your behalf to review standards and other information to confirm that whatever happened was within standards, that your agency didn't do anything wrong. Maybe it was the client or the client's family who crossed boundaries. Maybe it was the client who was responsible for the issue, and your care staff did absolutely nothing wrong. Your training was perfect. An expert with the right experience can help with these situations. I'm Pamela D Wilson, a home care agency expert. Visit my website, PamelaDWilson.com, for more information.